Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names and the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. This is Theatrical Athena. She's going to be learning the song right along with you for the very first time. And of course, over here we have the chat moderator, the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? So I am working on draft 2 of the book that I'm trying to write.
Okay.
And it's going so slowly because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, and also there's like 80,000 words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun, though. I think it's at like 75,000 words right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I went a little bit down in the word count, but
I think that's correct editing, right? After your first draft, it should get
Sure.
smaller. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Sure.
I don't
Why
know.
not?
All right. Well, Clapple's here. He's going to want us to move along with things. And so I need to play this song for you so you know, hey, Clapple, I need you to see what the song's going to sound like when we finally get it down. You watch this. You at home watch this. You don't have to play along. Here's what it's going to sound like. 2, 1, 2, 3, come alive, come alive, go and light your light, let it burn so bright, reach it up to the sky, open like the electric fire, and the world becomes a fantasy more than you could ever be, dream it with your eyes wide open, and you know that we will back it. Yes. And of course you should sing along at home, but you can sing better than me probably. So you just do the note thing and sing along at home and ignore my singing. Are you ready? It seems like that was a question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your eyeballs say you're not ready. Your eyeballs say you're terrified. That's all right.
Yeah.
Based on what we just saw, it looks terrifying, but the good news is it's pretty much the same thing just over and over and over. We need 3 notes really for this song. It is 2 pages long, so that's a little bit intimidating. But right here, it's pretty much this thing right here. So if we can get the C and the D and the E down, we're good. So find a group of 2 black notes. I'm going to use these 2 right here. So at home, make sure you find a group of 2 black notes. What's your group of 2 black notes you're going to use? Show me the 2 black notes that you're going to use. Yeah, that's great, because you didn't pick a group of 3 like that. You picked a group of 2. And then we're going to take the one on the left, that direction right there. Play me that one. And then just drag it down 1 note until you land on a white note. And that one right there is the C that you need. So we're going to play that one, and the next one, and the next one. Those 3 notes in a row are almost this entire song. So we're gonna play that again, and this time we're gonna say the words, come alive. Let's try that together. Ready, go. Come alive. Yeah, cool. So that's the beginning of course, it goes a little bit faster in the track. It goes like, come alive, like that. But then we're gonna take the exact same move, and we're just gonna scooch them all over 1 note, like that. And we're gonna play the exact same thing, starting on that note, which is a D. Yes, and then that thing right there are those 3 notes right there. So we have this thing, which is almost the exact same thing as that. It's just shifted 1 note over. So we have those 3, come alive. Go ahead. Come alive. And then we're going to scooch it over and play come alive. Nice. And then we're going to go back to the original one, and this time we say go and light instead of come alive. So the first 3 that we used, go and light. Now we've got to play 2 more of those last notes for the words your light. If you wanted to just like hang on to that E and not even sing those notes, that would be perfectly fine. But if you want those in there, it's the same note you landed on. Your light. So play and say the words your light.
Your light.
Your light. Yeah, cool. And then we do that exact same thing again. Let it burn is the same 3 notes. Let it burn. And then 2 more of those. So bright. Yes. And then literally the exact same thing. These 3, scooch them up. Those 3 with doubling up on that, and then those 3 with doubling up on that. All of that, if we just repeat it all, is the exact same thing as all of this right here. You don't have to do any of that if you just repeat that beginning part. So it's basically this thing right here and one of those is the whole thing. It's just a matter of getting the words to line up with the notes. Let's try it really slowly from the beginning. We go, come alive, and then we shift them all up 1, and we'd say it again, come alive. And then we're gonna go back to the original ones and say the words, go and light. And if you want 2 more of those top ones, your light. And then we're on the let it burn. That's the same exact thing. Let it burn so bright. And then the exact same notes again, only that we would say the words reaching up, scooch it over to the sky, scooch it back, and it's open wide, you're electrified. And then this is kind of an optional thing for advanced players. If you wanted to, at the end of that, go from that E and just like slide it down, fied, like that. But you don't have to do that. You can just ignore that D. Now, that is really honestly all that I wanted to give you all, because like that's like the main part of the song. But I know a lot of students would complain and they'd be like, but wait, that goes into that other part. The good news is that other part is the exact same thing, just way faster. If we look at the patterns over here, check this out. When the world, there we go. When the world, those 3 notes, when the world with a whole bunch of E's at the end. When the world becomes a fantasy. That's just the same thing we've already done with a bunch more E's at the end. Becomes your fantasy. You scooch it over one and do the exact same thing. And you're more than you could ever be. Yes, nice. And then you do the same 3 again. D, E, F. Because you're dreaming with your... And the only part that's different in the entire song is this right here. Eyes wide open. So this thing right here, that needs to be an E flat. And again, these are all optional notes. So hopefully at home, you're pausing and practicing all of these parts. And this last part, you might want to skip entirely. But it's E flat, the note that's slightly lower than E. And then slide it down to D. And then C. And then C. And then A. So that's totally optional. Everyone is pausing and practicing on their own at home. And let's try this thing with the track. We have not paused and practiced yet. This is just really our first time through. So they might get it better than us. Let's find out. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3. Come alive. Scooch it over. Then scooch it back. Go and light your... And then do it again. Let it burn, so, and then do the whole thing again. Reaching up to the sky, and then back to the original. And it's open wide, you're electrified. When the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. I know, it's tricky, but do it again. And you know you can't go back. Scooch over. Living in, 'cause you're dreaming with... It's really tricky. Open. Last notes are, if you wanted to throw that in, the very, very ending is G, E, G, E. And a G is the highest note we've had in the whole entire song. So this was a C. I had a feeling. Okay. This is going to be our last time through. Let's go back to the C. Go one up from there. Go one up from there, go one up from there, and one up from there. That lands us on a G. And that one are our last notes. We just repeat that. Come alive. G, E, G, E. Yeah, cool. That's the whole thing. Kloppel says this is going to be our last time through. On your mark, get set. Make sure at home you're pausing and practicing wherever you need to so you can play along your version with us. Let's all go together. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Come alive. Scooch it over. Come alive. And then back to the original. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky. Open wide. You're electrified. When the world becomes a fantasy and you're more than you could ever be. You're dreaming with your eyes wide open. Go back to the C, D, E. You got this. And you know you can't go back again to the world you've been living. 'Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And then at the ending, come alive. It's a whole lot of notes. Yes, fortunately, they've got a lot more practicing that they get to do on levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you so much for joining us on level 1. And Kendra, tell us about this week's weekly activity.
This week is the Grand Staff Spelling. And if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram. And our mascot penguin will hook you up with 150 bonus points. Won't you, Clawful?
And you can download a new one of those activities every single week. We switch it up every single week. So make sure you go check that out. And, of course, we have some birthdays that we want to tell you about. If this was your birthday month, happy birthday. Kloppel wants to say it too. Happy birthday to all of you, and also congratulations to the art contest winner from this month. Let's find out if it's you. Congratulations, way to go. Thank you so much for all of your submissions, and it's not too late to send in your submissions for this month as well. You can pretty much send in any artwork at any time that you want. Usually the winner is the person who's doing that month's art contest, the coloring sheet from that month, but it isn't always. Sometimes we go back and pick someone from the past, or they send it in late. So make sure you're sending in your artwork submissions either in email or over social media so we can include them in next month's art contest. It's time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this month it was a very special mailbag from Acom because Acom actually sent in actual mail in the actual mail. And I opened it. I'm like, what in the world is not even my birthday? And then I opened it up, and you know what? It was Acom's birthday. And for some reason, Acom gave me a birthday present for Acom's birthday. So thank you so much. I got these really cool bookmarks. I'm going to make sure that Jazzy James and the Incomparable Kendra get one as well, because these are really, really cool. And for some reason, I get a birthday gift for your birthday. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to
That's the best.
us.
I just had to pop in. That is amazing.
That's
I
wonderful.
love bookmarks. So
And
awesome.
now I know that like that's a thing you do. Like you give out bookmarks on your birthday. It's like we have our own little secret information.
Secret information.
And this month, if you are a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, then you got this folder with this secret information right here. I'll read it off so everybody knows these things. So in this month's music profile, the secret information, it says every time you add a bar or a flag to a note, you double the speed of it. So not everybody knows that, but like when you get into like level 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you'll notice some of them have like one bar on them like this, and then some of them have 2 bars like this note right here. So I can tell you already, without even knowing the song, that note right there is going to be twice as fast as this one because it has twice as many bars on it. Same thing goes for the ones that have flags on them. They don't have bars. Like this one right here has 1 flag on it. If it had an additional flag on the inside, that would be twice as fast as that one. So anyway, the more flags and the more bars, the faster the note is. That's the first thing. But the next thing is the rests have the same number of flags and the same value as the notes do. So let me show you this. This thing right here is a rest. And people will be like, but how long is that rest? How long am I supposed to rest for? Well, it's the same exact value as the ones that have the same number of bars or flags. So this one right here has 2 little flags on it. So it's going to be the same exact value as a note that has 2 bars on it. This is the 16th note. This is the 16th rest. Again, not everybody needs to know that, but professional musicians know this secret information. And the last thing is that, okay, so there's this thing that we do in music called double timing. So double timing is when you use the same exact chords, but you just play everything exactly twice as fast. And that's almost what's happening in this song during the second half, because at the beginning, you can see right here, we've got C and D and E. Well, those are all eighth notes. They all have one bar on them. But then you'll see down here, we play the exact same notes, but they all have two bars on them. So all these notes are exactly twice as fast as the other ones. So it's like you're playing the song and then you're playing again just twice as fast, because these are all 16th notes down here. And that's called double timing a song. And that's the end of our top secret information. So that means it's time to find out who won this week's raffle. Hopefully it was you. Congratulations, Lily May. Let us know what prize it is that you want. You earned it. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.